So, hmm. All right, guys. So let's get started. Welcome back, guys, to another live. Hope you guys are doing great. We're back here live to analyze, trade, and learn. It's been a while since I've been live on TikTok. Um, yeah. So this is my backup account. You guys can also follow my main account, which is Official Trading with Sarah. You can follow it, all right, because that's where I will be like posting and all that. This is where I'm live. So yeah, so if this is your first time joining the live, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do on the live is analyze the forex market and basically trade with you guys. Tell you, analyze a few pairs. Tell you where I think the price is going to be going. This is a great place for you to learn. How to analyze and trade. I do come live Monday to Thursday from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, for about an hour or two. So we're gonna get started. We had 3,000 likes. As you guys are listening in, make sure you continue to tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up. Okay, so continue to double tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up. To next target is 10,000. Okay, so let's continue to tap on our screen. And also, I do have a Telegram channel which you guys can join. If you're not yet in it, make sure you join it. The link to the Telegram is on the bio. So just head over to my bio and then, yeah, you can be able to join the Telegram channel. Okay. So with that being said, let's start the analysis. Okay. So we're going to be taking a look at gold. As always, this is the main pair that I do trade and analyze. So I'm going to be taking a look at it here with you guys. Okay. Give me a second. All right, so let's take a look at gold here. So I'm gonna start off by looking at the daily time frame. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the daily time frame. Oh, my connection is not good. I hope you guys can hear me. Can everybody hear me? Let me know in the let me know in the chat box. Can you guys hear me? The screen is not moving because I wasn't doing anything. That's why it's not moving. Okay. Okay, so let's analyze gold, okay? So I'm gonna go start off by looking at the daily time frame. Okay. So I have so many alerts that I need to delete, but it's not needed. All right, so this is gold here on the daily time frame. Okay. The price is currently trading at 3,234. Okay. So the current trend on gold is it's trending up, right? So the price is in an uptrend here. And yeah, let's basically try to understand what has happened so far so we can understand what is about to happen or what is happening now. Okay. So on the daily time frame, number one, we can see that we are in an uptrend. All right. So price was in an uptrend. I mean, it's still in an uptrend. It's been going up higher and higher. And then we started getting a drop after the price went to this price target, this all-time high, 3,500. From there, it retraced back, and then after that little retracement, it then ended up back, coming back to that previous all-time high, and then it got rejected, and now started going back down. Okay, came back down. Now it finally made it to this support. All right, this was the previous high, 3,167. Right, that was the previous all high which gold broke above, and ever since it broke above it never came back to do a retest on it. So that is why eventually gold had to come back to that price level to do a retest, right? So this is a strong area for buy, which gold basically tapped into, and ever since it tapped into it, it has been going up. Okay. However, there's a few things that happened last week, right? Usually when it's tapping into it, there's two areas where it can find support. Okay. Either we tap into the actual the high, right? So this high, which is 3,167, that's now supposed to be support, right? Price taps into that, is supposed to act as support to push the price back up. However, if the price is not able to hold that support, then the next area where it's going to go to is the internal support. In this case, that's what the price actually did instead, right? You can see it didn't hold the main support, which was that previous high. It didn't really hold it, and then it ended up breaking through it and went into the internal support instead. Okay, so we have the internal support right over here. The internal support is, hold up, because this screen that I'm using is not showing me. It's not really showing what I want to see. Okay, but yeah, so the internal support is right here, this gray box, right? You guys can't really see it because the screen here is not really showing it properly. Okay, so it bounced off of this support here, which is at 3,115, right? So that's where gold actually ended up bouncing off. And instead of using the actual support, the main support, which was at 3,167, it didn't use that. It basically ended up breaking through, tapped into this, and now it bounced up very heavily. All right. So the trend on the daily time frame is still holding as long as the price of gold doesn't break below this low, which is 29.54. That is basically the main support for this daily uptrend. So as long as price doesn't break below that, it is good. Now, as of right now, for gold, if gold was to return, let's say if it has to return back, if it ever has the plan to return back to this previous low, okay, which is 29.59, what would need to happen is that the price would need to come back to this low and then break below it, right? So if the price returns back to 3,120, right? If it ever comes back and breaks below it, just know this is going to cause the price to this, it will just drop straight. It's going to be like a free fall down to 29.56, okay, around there. So that would be a good area to look for potential sell if that is the case, okay? But for now, let's see what has happened since gold decided to hold that support. Is it going to continue the uptrend, or is it about to start going down further, right? So we're going to take a look at it on the 1 hour time frame, right? So this is the 1 hour time frame. And on this 1 hour time frame, essentially what we can see is that we have a downtrend playing right now. Okay, we have this current downtrend that's currently playing out. Now, I don't trade trend lines, okay, but if I put this trend line here, we can see we did get a breakout, right? I'm not a trend line trader, but I can see we got a breakout here, which is bullish, right? It's a bullish pattern, whatever, right? So price breaks it, and then it went to this previous low, or second higher, lower low, sorry, lower high. This thing is always, yeah, it's so annoying. Anyways, it went back to this previous lower high and got rejected, right? But there's a chance it will now, for the price to now be able to continue going higher. We need the gold to break above this resistance. All right. So if the price can break above 3,266, gold is going to buy massively. Okay. It is going to buy massively back to the previous, like the current all-time high. This, I can only see half of your screen. Could you please pull back your camera so we can see more of your screen? Okay, let me see what I can do. Okay, how about that? Is that better, people? Is that better? Is this better? Let me know in the chat box. I'm also live on YouTube, so I need to make sure the screen is looking better for those who are watching on YouTube. Okay. All right, no problem. So, as I was saying, on the 1 hour time frame, the price is in a downtrend, correct? It's in a downtrend, and for the downtrend to be over, gold needs to break. It needs to break above 3,267. Okay, so if it breaks above 3,267, then it's going to continue going higher. However, if it fails to break, right? If it doesn't ever break above it, it's not going anywhere. All right. So this means that, best area for you to have looked for long on gold is number one, of course. Of course, number one was 3,167. But since that failed, the next area to look for long was going to be around 3,000. This was around right here. So 3,116, 3,120. That was basically the next best area to look for long on gold. Okay. So anyways, let's see what is happening right now. Okay. So this is gold right now. We have this previous lower high, which is the current strong resistance. The price of gold, once it tapped into this main support of 3,116, it went all the way to that resistance area, got rejected, and then it retraced. Okay, came back, and then it found support again, bounced up. But now that it bounced up, it's still struggling. All right. So the price got rejected again because we have this resistance here. Okay. So we have a strong resistance. The price is now, I think in the short term, based on this, I believe it should go down. Okay. So what we can do is two things. Okay. We can either look for a buy, wait for the price to break above 3,266 or 67 to look for a nice buy, right? Or you wait for the price to drop to um, we need the price to basically drop back to, like, if it drops here, it's most likely going to try to come back to 3,116, 3,120. And then that would be, that would be an area to look for a buy. Okay, so let's say starting from, I think 3,120 might be too low. Okay, so starting from 3,155, okay, all the way down to 3,131 would be the area where you want to look for long. Okay, that is where you would want to look for long on gold, starting from 3,155 and 3,000. Can we look for a sell now? I mean, yes, entering a sell would be a better option right now because the price is looking bearish, right? For me, I already took a sell. This last sell that we saw in the price, I did take it yesterday and that sell played out. Now, the main area where I'm expecting gold to get to for this sell is actually down here at 3,168. This is where I expect gold to get to for this sell, although it hasn't gotten there yet. It just sold off, it basically just came down to 3,208 and then it bounced up, but the sell can actually continue. So if you want to enter a sell, that would be a good idea. And the best area to set your stop loss would be above this current high. Okay, so this is above 32, let's say 3259 or 54. Okay, so yeah, so that would be where you want to set your stop loss, right? Because you can see how the price has been acting. It keeps returning back to that area. So you don't want your stop loss to be too tight. The price could come back to the entry point again. The entry point was around 3,245. Okay. So price returned back there like 2 times already. As you can see, this was the first time price went there, and then this is the second time it went there. So just make sure you set your stop loss above 3,254 if you're going to sell gold. Okay, and the first target, you can target this current low here, 3,208, and then finally the main target is 3,162, around there. I'm expecting it to come here and then buy. Okay, so let's see. All right, if that doesn't happen, then that means gold wants to continue going higher. Then for it to continue higher, what needs to happen is that it needs to break above this current resistance here. Okay, so this 32.52 would be the level it needs to break. So if gold comes back here, just know now there's a high chance it's about to go higher. So you can switch from short to long. Okay, the long is going to play out. It's going to play out 100% because that is basically the only thing that's standing in the way for gold to continue going higher. So once it breaks above that, it's going to buy heavily. So just make sure you set your alarm. Just set your alarm above that resistance, 32.66. Okay, you set your alarm just like I did, and then you look for long. Once you want to see, what you want to see is a successful breakout. We want to see price closing a 1 hour candle, 1 hour bullish candlestick above that resistance for us to actually know that, yeah, it did break, and then we can go ahead and look for long. Okay, so what time frame is this? This is 1 hour time frame. All right, so 1 hour time frame. So yeah, as for now, we have a bearish signal, okay, that will play out. All right, but nothing's guaranteed. But in terms of buy, I wouldn't buy gold at this area just because it's not in a good area for buy. It's yeah, it's around areas of sales, so I wouldn't go ahead and go long in this area. It's too risky. Okay, so better to wait for the price to either drop or break above this current resistance. Then we look for long. Okay, so that is the analysis for gold. All right, now let's go and analyze something else. Yeah, let's analyze GBP USD. We're done with gold. Let's take a look at GBP USD. Guys, tap on your screen. Let's get the likes up, people. Please tap on your screen. Let's get the likes to 10,000. If you're just joining the live, welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do on this live is analyze the Forex market. I also provide you guys with trade signals. This is a great place to learn how trading works. If you're a beginner, I come live Monday to Thursday from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Join my Telegram group so you can get more information completely for free. Okay, so let's get the likes up, guys. And just so you guys know, this is my backup account. My main account is Official Trading with Sarah. You can go and follow that account and join the Telegram channel from there. I can't really post any links on this account yet, right? But for now, if you're looking for the link to the Telegram channel, go to the main account. Okay, the main account is, in fact, let me actually write this. I don't know why I didn't write this on the screen. Okay. Um, so you can just click the link on my bio. It's going to redirect you to my YouTube. And then on the YouTube, you'll be able to see the link to the Telegram and everything else. Okay. So, so now let's analyze GBP USD and see areas to look for potential trades on GBP USD. Okay. So let's look at GBP USD. This is on the daily time frame. Oh, okay. It's actually been buying. Yeah, so GBP USD looks like it's look like it's been buying here. This is the daily time frame. Okay. On the daily time frame, what we see is that the price is trending up. Okay. It's trending up. Um, After breaking this high here, 3205, came back to retest on it, held it, and then it's going up. Okay. Now, let me zoom in. Okay, so this is actually the previous high. Okay. So right here, this is the previous high because we can see a clear breakout above this one here. So that was basically the previous high. Price came. This is our previous higher low right here. GBUSD did break below that, right? So this was a slightly bearish move that could have brought the price further down, but so far the price has not yet sold. Okay, right now there's a strong resistance. Okay, the price, it has a strong resistance right here. Okay, so the strong resistance is sitting at 1.3419. Okay, so starting from 1.3419 all the way down to 3380, it's a strong area for a sell. I am expecting, yeah, I believe GBP/USD should sell from this point. Okay, I'm expecting it to sell from this point right here. Give me a second. Okay. So the stop loss, my connection is not that good. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, so GBP/USD, like I was saying, it is basically at a resistance. This is a good area for a short. Okay, for GBP/USD, expecting it to drop back down. Okay, so GBP/USD is gonna sell. Okay, this thing's gonna go down to at least this point here. It could actually go lower, but that's the area we're gonna target. Okay. So yeah, that's GBP/USD, okay? You want to look for a short on GBP/USD, and then your SL should be above 34.51. Okay, approximately 34.51. And then you can target this low here as your TP, 31.73. Okay. So that's basically what I see on the daily time frame. Okay. Let me head over to the 1 hour. I mean, no, 1 hour is really, yeah, really not much. Okay. So on this 1 hour, what do I see? Bearish structure. Yeah, we have a bit of bearish structure. And yeah, so even on this 1 hour time frame, the price is not really looking yeah, it's not at a good area for a long. Okay. Yeah, the price is not. Let me just look at this. Yeah. So for a buy, okay, if you wanted to look for a long on GBP/USD, now is not a good area. Okay, price is currently at a resistance, which is an area to look for short. You don't want to be looking for long at a resistance. You're literally you're just putting yourself at risk. Okay, this is not a good area for long based on this current chart that I'm seeing. Okay. If you are someone that's like trying to forever to look for long, so you can see we have this move here. Let me just bring it in the center. Okay, so we have this. We have this upward move here. Okay, so price has broken this resistance, right? Yeah, it's broken that resistance. Now this resistance, of course, turns into support. Okay, so this means that in the short term, of course, it's gonna most likely hold this to try to go back up here. But is this a good area to go long? No, not necessarily. Okay, so I would wait for the price to come back to this point. If I wanted to look for a long, I wouldn't go long where the price is at. I'm looking for long either at internal support. In this case, it's right over here. Okay. So I'm looking for long either at internal support, or I'm looking for long around the previous higher low. In this case, it is right here. Okay. So these are two areas that I would look for long on GBP/USD. But where it is right now, I wouldn't be looking for long. So yeah. So what you want to do for now, it is a sell. That's what's gonna happen. It should full start heading back down. And then yeah, the main target is 31.70. Okay. For the short, however, we do have all these areas that it can once it taps into it, of course, it's gonna most likely use this to bounce back up, come back here again, and then maybe go back and then finally drop. So that's the analysis on GBP/USD. Okay, I hope it made sense. What you want to do right now, look for a short. Okay, in terms of buy, don't go for buy here. wait for the price to drop here. For a good area for long-term buy, it'll be better to look for a buy. Well, the area for a buy, a strong area would have been down here. Okay, but that's already too late. So if the price comes back here again, there's a high chance it's going to break below it. Okay, very high chance it's going to break below it. And yeah, once it breaks this current low, the next area where it's going to go to, let me go on the daily time frame. Okay, so the next, let me delete this. So the next area where it would go to, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so once GOLD breaks this current low right here, which is 31.45, okay, the next area where it's going back to is this low. Okay, so that would be around 127.03. Okay, so 127.03 would be the area for you to look for long, right? If it breaks below 31.39, 1.3139, just know it's going to drop all the way back down to around 1.2707, and then from there it could use this to bounce back up. Okay, and then yeah, so that's one area for long. The other area for long is if it breaks this current resistance. Okay, the current resistance is at 34.22. If GBP/USD breaks above this, right, then it's going to go long. Okay, so then you can look for a long above that level. Okay, but you don't want to go long right away. You want to wait for the price to come back and test it as support, right? So once it breaks above this 34, let's just say approximately, so it'll be 34.22. Okay, we need the price to close a 1 hour candle successfully above that resistance, and if it does, then it's going to continue buying. Okay, so that's GBP/USD. For now, I'm going to be in a short for GBP/USD. Okay, so that is the analysis on GBP/USD. Let's tap on our screen, guys. I think my network is not that good today. I can see it's affecting the views, but I hope you guys can hear me. Tap on your screen. Let's get the likes to 10K. We're currently sitting at 8.8, but I believe we should be able to get to, we should be able to get to 8K, guys. Double tap on your screen, please. Let's check the YouTube, how's YouTube going? Oh my God. Okay, those watching on YouTube, can you guys hear me? On YouTube, can you hear me? Let me know in the comment section. Can you guys hear me? Hear me? Hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? Hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? Okay. Hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? Okay, it keeps breaking. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why the network is not that strong. I'm gonna look into it. Okay, hopefully tomorrow will be better. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. So, anyways, we've analyzed gold so far, and for gold, what I'm gonna look it's expected is a sell. Okay, expecting gold to go down. We've analyzed GBP/USD is also looks like a sell. Okay, is a sell. So expecting gold to go down. So basically that is the analysis for these two pairs. Looks like a sell. Now let's head over to the next pair. which is going to be, so basically that is the analysis with these two pairs. Looks like the same USD. So let me open it up, which is going to be, so basically that is the analysis with these two pairs. Looks like the same USD. So let me open it up, which is going to be, so basically that is the analysis with these two pairs. Looks like the same USD. So let me open it up, which is going to be, so basically that is the analysis with these two pairs. Damn, this thing is buying. Okay. Let's see. Okay, AUD USD. Let's check the daily time frame. Damn, this thing is buying. It's buying. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, AUD USD. Let's check the daily time frame. Damn, this thing is buying. It's buying. Okay. Let's see how this one is doing. Okay, AUD USD. Let's check the daily time frame. AUD USD. What is happening with this pair? Okay. Number one. Okay. This is the daily time frame. Okay. Number one. What do we see? Okay. We see that number one. Okay. This is the daily time frame. Okay. Number one. What do we see? Okay. We see that number one. Okay. I just know. Okay. What do we see? Price broke above this lower high. Okay. This was a downtrend that it was on for a long time. Price broke above this lower high. Okay. For a long time it was in this downtrend. It was a downtrend that and then all of a sudden we didn't get a break above this lower high. Long time it was in this downtrend. Price broke above this lower high. This is a slightly bullish move right here, right? So usually when the price breaks above the lower high, right? What tends to happen next is that the price will push to the lower high, to the next lower high. So the second lower high is usually the target for the price where it's going to want to go to. Okay. So what happened here is that ever since it broke above it, the next lower high for the price for this example is actually what happened here is that ever since it broke above it, it's right over here, okay, because you can see we had this support, price broke, it broke that support, right? And then after breaking that support, it ended up forming support around here. This support, it ended up finding support around here, and then it broke it. So, right? And then after breaking that support, the second lower high is right here. Okay, I'm going to extend this line. Let's see, where did the price broke it? Did it break it? So, yeah, it did. Okay, second lower high is right. So looking at this, okay, I'm going to extend this. We can clearly see that the second lower high, okay, which is sitting at 64.70. Okay, actually did get break. Okay, yeah, it got broken. Sorry. So it actually did get broken, as you can see here. If I'm going to zoom in, you can see the clear breakout. This candle here closed above that red line. Okay, so now this means that AUD USD, guess what? As you can see here, it is going to be going up, alright? AUD USD is going to buy, okay? So now it's going to go up. It has basically broken out of this downtrend, right? It is officially no longer in this downtrend. It's going to all this stuff, okay? So now it's going to go up. It has basically broken out of this downtrend, right? It is officially no downtrend. Yeah, so that's basically it, alright? So now two things is gonna happen, alright? Since the AUD USD has broken above this second lower high, okay? This means it's going to buy. Okay, this is structure shift. Okay, the price has shifted from this bearish trend to now uptrend. Okay, So anytime this happens, this means it's now we want to be anticipating to go long, right? Okay, the price has shifted one of these two areas. Okay, so number one, what we can see is that currently the price has this structure here that it is currently forming. Okay, one of these two areas. Okay, so if an hour candle closes above resistance, you should look for long. The price, not necessarily. If it goes above the resistance, you wait for the pullback, right? So that resistance that the price broke is going to turn into support. So you are going to wait for the price to return back. If you do that support, and then you go long. Okay, you don't go long right after seeing the resistance that the price broke. 1 hour closing above. That's going to be too risky. So you are going to wait for the price to return. So now, if you do that support, yeah. So basically, two areas you can look for long on this AUD USD closing above. So that's number one. So you are going to wait for the price to return. So number one, we can look for long down over here. Look for long. Okay. So I'm gonna make this gray. So number one, you guys can really see, yeah, for this computer, this screen that I'm using is not really showing. Okay, so where the blue line is, okay, those watching on YouTube, I know you guys can see it better. For this computer, this fixed the sound. Okay, I'm gonna work into that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you can look for long on AUD, watching on USD. One first area, you can look for long around. Okay, I'm gonna work into that. 661. So you can look for long. 6117. Look for long around. And okay, I'm gonna work into that. 661. So you can look for long. So right here, okay. So we can look for long around 617 and 59.89. So between 61.17 and 59.92. This is an area you can look for a long. All right. So if AUD USD comes to this area, just know 61.17 is gonna buy long. Okay. It's gonna 100% go long. And then you can just set your SL. So if AUD USD comes to this area, low. Okay, so slightly below that low would be where you want to set your SL. Okay, but as of right now, alright, what is playing out, we have price broke this resistance, came back for retest, and now it held it, went back, but then it failed to break above that resistance. Okay, it failed. So this is actually not this is not good, right? The price failed to break that resistance, so it held it, went back, but then it failed. This would have been a good area for sell. However, now we are seeing that the price is going back up here again. Okay, it's going back up here again, but is it going to be able to break this resistance this time around? Or is it going to get rejected again and come back down? Okay, so one thing to note is that if it does get rejected again and it does come back down to this low here, okay, this low, which is 63.44, is the current support. It's the current support that's helping the price to not go down. If it comes here and it breaks below, okay, this 63.44, it's going to sell. Okay, so you can look for a sell, you know, with strong confidence. You can strongly, confidently short AUD USD once you see that it has broken. Once you see that there's a 1 hour bearish candlestick, okay, below this current low. So this is 63.44. If we see that, just know it's gonna sell 1 hour down. Okay. now let's go and see what's happening on the 1 hour, okay? Because on the daily here, there's really not much we can see here, but I want to go on the 1 hour and see what's happening, okay? So here's the 1 hour time frame. We want to see, because on the daily we just see a few candlesticks like that, but for us to really get a clear picture of what those few candlesticks we're seeing on the daily time frame, what it means, we need to go down to a lower time frames, right? That's what the lower time frame does. It enables you to like look deeper into the chart to see what's really happening. We need to go down to a lower time frame, right? That's what the lower time frame does. It enables you. The sound was better before. Sorry guys, if you're having a bad experience, you cannot hear me here on YouTube, just go on TikTok, okay? Come on the TikTok live for today, and then tomorrow I'll fix the sound for YouTube. What's really happening? We need to go down to a lower time frame, right? That's what the lower time frame does. It enables you. The sound was better before. Sorry guys, if you're having a bad experience, so guys, for those watching on TikTok, can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat box. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure I'm actually speaking to people. Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Guys, if you're having a bad experience, so guys, for those watching on TikTok, can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat box. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure I'm actually speaking to people. Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? I have a bad experience with this. For those watching on TikTok, can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat box. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure I'm actually speaking to people. Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. So only one person can hear me. Okay. You know what, guys? Give me yeah, give me a few moments. I'm going to end this live. And I'm going to restart, okay? I'll be right back. I'm ending the live now, and then I'm going to restart in about 5 minutes. Okay. You know what, guys? Give me, okay? So I'll be right back.